occupations
and being very mobile is that we lose the very important fact of holding ground. No matter what we do, if we are fighting systems of power, they will try to push us out. We have to recognize that. We have to learn in all kinds of ways what it means to hold space in the face of power. So while I have nothing against about teamwork and learning to be mobile and being flexible, I think all of that is extremely important. We do have to learn how to hold space.
You have an amendment to the proposal, go.
Mic check. It's my understanding of this proposal that we are considering not holding space. At least for a short time. Am I correct, Matthew?
You are correct.
I would like to make a friendly amendment that we continue to have, at the very least, our political expression to continue daily. My suggestion would be the art gallery at 7 p.m. My understanding of park bylaws is that this right here actually isn't allowed. So at the art gallery, I think it is allowed. I think we've been explicitly told that we can congregate there. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so to Matthew.
I accept that as a friendly proposal.
Amendment?
I'm sorry, there was a point of process. Sorry.
Friendly amendment?
I was just wondering if we are going to break into talking groups.
So the way work groups work is that if there is a block on the first proposal, we go through to it, we try and amend it, we go through to the second proposal. If there are still blocks for that, then we can break out into work groups. Okay?
I'd like to hear
Oh, sure. That will happen. The point of clarification and process come first. Clarification.
Yeah, I just want to ask you, like, are you saying we're not allowed to assemble like this in the daytime?
What are you saying, Chris?
I'll try and find it here. It might take
Can I speak? Can I speak to the amendments in the meantime?
Unless we have someone from the Parks Board who can clarify.
Can anyone speak to that from the Parks Board? Is what we're currently doing in this park illegal?
It is against our bylaw, yes. Chris was correct.
What bylaw? Can you quote the bylaw? What's the bylaw?
I'll get the number.
Read it for us, okay? Some people can't read, so if you would read it for us, please. Whoa.
Section 8B of the Park Board bylaw. No person shall make a public address or demonstration.
No person should make a public address or demonstration.
Yeah, we got that on video, right?
Or do any other thing likely to cause a public gathering or attract public attention.
Or do any other thing like
Or public attention.
In any park. Without the written permission. Of the general manager. First had and obtained.
Does that include reading bylaws to crowds in parks?
Yes.
I know that things are distressing. Let's keep it in the group together. Thank you for that clarification. We are now going to go back to the proposal with the amendment. Matthew.
I consider that a completely friendly amendment.
I consider that a completely friendly amendment.
K-U-R-A-N.
And
Yes, PDT.
When did that bylaw come into law?
As long as I know, it's been in place, so it's been there for some time.
So every time people come and have discussions in this park, they're doing something illegal?
Yeah, large general assemblies like this or large gatherings like this do require...
So what is the limit?
I'm not too sure there's an exact limit. Does anybody here know there's a limit to what constitutes that?
So when the parents come here with their children and they gather together, they're doing something illegal?
No, it's just like a large gathering would be constituted.
Well, sometimes there might be 15 parents in there with 20 children.
No, I think anything that would impede the use of the park, because I think the bylaw is intended to create or permit access to all, and so when there's a large gathering that does not permit access to all, that's when...
We are part of all.
Pardon me?
We are part of all. We are part of all. We're part of everybody.
Yes.
So therefore we are part of all.
Correct.
And we're entitled to have discussions, are we not?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what we're doing.
It's really just, the bylaw is not intended for that purpose. It's really just to allow for universal access.
Sorry, explain for us here what the bylaw is exactly.
The bylaw is a park board bylaw, and it really talks to large gatherings that don't allow for, I guess, universal access or access to all. And yeah.
Just explain if you kind of, it prohibits gatherings?
That's correct. Without written, it doesn't prohibit them, but they just need to be given permission by the park board general manager in advance of the event. So we do encourage that, and we do believe in the ability to use parks for these purposes and do it all the time. I mean, we have large gatherings in parks all the time. It's just trying to organize it so that we don't have two events colliding at once, if that's the case, because we do permit these kinds of activities.
Okay, so then we should actually then be able to apply to the parks and say, we would like on these times to come and have these meetings.
The intent of that bylaw is to permit it with written permission.
I can withdraw my proposal and leave it to them.
Current.
I think it's been a good discussion.
KURAN.
So do they have to go now? They are doing assembly without permission from park board. Do they have to go at of this moment?
Yeah, they would need permission from the park board to have an assembly like this.
So
now they have to go.
Are you asking them to leave then, or just letting them know about?
Just letting them know. We're not asking them to leave at this point.
Thank you very much.